Hello, everybody. This is Preston Poulter here with Pocket Jacks Comics. Another exciting writer's stream this evening. Do we have some scripts? Every Wednesday we go through scripts from whatever writer wants to submit. And I have a new writer who, out of shyness or, look, let's face it, a lot of people are kind of shy. I don't know if that's a specific case, but a writer has left some pages for us to kind of look at anonymously without being present. So we'll have that coming up.
We should make that a rule. If you want to submit pages, you got to show up.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean,
if this is your first time at Writers Club, you must write.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I don't know. I don't make the rules.
Okay, fair enough. All right. I mean, I could see that.
It's sort of weird.
If you want to be successful as a writer, you can't be hiding in the shadows.
Yeah.
This is absolutely true. Yeah.
You got to be out there and you got to take the jabs and, you know.
Well, we at least have some of those pages. Yeah, exactly. If this is your first time at Writers Club, you must write. The reason I'm doing Fight Club with a British accent is actually I really liked this spoof of Fight Club, which was set in like Victorian England. Oh. It was like Pride and Prejudice Fight Club kind of thing. And, it was an all ladies version and Tyler. Tyler Durden was now replaced by this, this proper woman who gave her version of the if this is your fight. So, it was like, if this is your first time at Fight Club, you must fight, kind of thing. But I think Brad Pitt did it better, but just through the power of YouTube repetition, I saw it until it got copyright struck and removed from YouTube. But up until then, it was pretty good. Yeah. Get some views. And, that's what good writing is all about, quite frankly. So, first off, I want to say there has been a comic book project announced here in, I believe it was on Sunday, that I'm going to take a tiny smidge, just a very, very, very small amount here, okay? I'm not taking a ton of credit, just a little bit, right? It's like if we're having if we're eating a sandwich, having lunch together, and I'm like, if you just don't pay parking, if you never register your car in California, you don't have to pay California parking tickets. And you said, really? I'm like, yeah. And you did it, and you didn't pay California parking tickets, because I never did, because I kept my car registered in Texas. Then you just took what I said, and you applied it for yourself. Go you. Way to beat the system. Excellent work. But I kind of gave you that idea. You know what I'm saying? So
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying I did this. I'm not saying this is my idea, anything like that. I'm just saying, though, that my now ex-wife has announced a project with Dark Gift Comics, Hunting Alice, her magnum opus that she's been working on for a long time. I'm not going to steal her pitch. It's her project. You go. And they streamed about that on his channel on Sunday. So fantastic. I'm glad that I at least did something that somebody else looked at and said, that seems interesting, because, she didn't have a big interest in comic books a few years ago or crowdfunding. This was it's kind of a recent development. And I'm sure she's been at least looking a little bit at some of the stuff I do. So welcome to comic books. Hunting Alice sounds like a great project. I'll get the link and I'll post it down in the description. Let's see. Yes, definitely go her. So, and hey, look, we need more women in comic books, right? That is a common complaint, is that, man, look at this writers group. It's all men. So,
True.
we're getting the fair sex involved. I think that's pretty good. I got nothing but great things to say. I look forward to reading the story in kind of finalized form, and more importantly, seeing people's reaction to it. Because let's face it, okay, all right, I'm no longer talking about me, but I'm talking about like hypothetical couples. Okay, if you have two people who are involved in kind of a similar industry, particularly one that's competitive, like writing, where it's like, okay, we're gonna make, in Hollywood, like if you're writing spec scripts, Hollywood buys 2 of those a year, so you can imagine if you're a writer and you're married to a writer, which happens, a lot of times writers get hooked up and whatnot. It can be a little acrimonious, if one of you gets success, or the other one doesn't, or one of you gets attention. There's always this, well, why not me? So the fact that we both kind of became creative people was a bit of tension, and there would always be, some like, well, which project is going to be great, but it's going to be out there. I wish nothing best for it. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see how other people react, because then, I know I'm biased, but I get to look at other people and go, well, what do you think? I mean, it was good. Who knows? And then I'll get to learn more about what people like, which is what it's all about. The Kickstarter for White Lily trade paperback is up on, is going. Speaking of things people don't like, because that campaign's just been dragging. I mean, Guinevere 3 was doing great. It was bringing in like $200 a day easy. White Lily trade paper, so the interest there is a little low. I threw it a bone yesterday. I got a new comic book in. It's Tom Hutchinson's Princess versus Zombies #1, which I bought 300 copies of. I got a whiskey paint cover for that, and that is now being offered through. In fact, here, let me stop being lazy and show it to you. But I added that to my White Lily trade paperback campaign, because clearly people don't care about this like passionate story about war on the Eastern Front. Hey, here are some Disney princess boobs, and people are like, yes, that's what it was. So I understand. But I've become full circle. I've gone from passionate writer to jaded producer. I'm now looking at my own stuff, going, where's the boobs? I'm not seeing it. We need sex appeal. I want to see merch. So all that stuff. I'm adding all that good jazz. So here, let me show you this tab. Share screen.
Unfortunately, that seems to be what sells the best.
Absolutely. So, my new series is going to be Titty the Boobling. So anyway, there we go. That's Whiskey Paint and his not Disney Princess Snow White cover of Princess versus Zombies, and that is being offered either as an add-on or as its own reward. If you're like, I already got all the White Lily I need, although there is issue 1 and issue 2. There's a free download right there, just in case you might care about story. But and a poker deck. Some people kind of like the poker deck. There's the White Lily poker deck. That's going great. By the way, congratulations to Molby. Semptagion has hit its goal, so that is now in the green. And that's and we came up with a wall calendar where I got like dates for the Battle of Kursk and Battle of Stalingrad and all that. So that's on Kickstarter. The swan song of the White Lily series, outside of being in comic book stores next year, but that's not me. I'm not going to be hands-on doing that at all. So is right there, and there is a link for that down in the description. So
cool.
Anyway, yeah. TNA, so exactly. And you as a writer have to come to realize that your main job, like if you were to describe what you did to a stranger, not like as someone that you were selling on the profession, but just like, what do you do? It's like, I try and come up with convenient, logical reasons why you should see someone's boobs. That's my job. And if I'm not doing my job well, then sales suffer.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But Guinevere 4 is in production right now, and we're going to have a Make 100 campaign for that for the end of the year. So there we go. Awesome. And I promise that one delivers. So there we go. There we go. All right. And now I'm going to read someone's first script. Here's my idea. I'm going to be like, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing big bouncy stuff. Where is it? Where is it in the story? I'm not seeing it. It's not going to sell. Anyway, sorry.
Well, technically, my comic didn't have any of that in it either. So.
Yeah, but you've got like the Conan masculine equivalent. You got like the big sword. You got like the big fight scene. You know,
the blood and the gore.
The blood, the gore.
Yeah.
There's definitely a market for that. You know. Like the visceral human, the things we don't get to experience in civilized society, you know, the raw, passionate sex with gorgeous people who kill each other. That's what we want to read. Really,
it's true.
As I mentioned that story, it's like that sounds pretty good because it's every story.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Anyway, so here let's get this out of the way. I encourage people, because let's face it, you know, maybe they're working Wednesday nights. Who knows what's going on? Maybe they're on the other side of the world. Maybe they just want to remain anonymous. But we had some new pages here. So we have 2 documents. Let's okay. I'm gonna open pitching characters, and that sounds pretty good. So.
I think that was for the contest. I didn't look.
Oh.
I think one of them is the script, and I think the other one is his pitch for the contest.
Okay.
Like the weekly thing or monthly thing or whatever.
Yeah, whatever Moby's doing.
All right, just so you know, okay?
Yeah.
I have 1, my motion for summary judgment. My marriage has been officially ended. That came down on Monday. Okay? I have to pat myself on the back as being a decent legal or technical writer, because that was my motion. I wrote it. You know, I had a trained attorney, I'm sure with decades of experience in family law, who was arguing everything against it, and I prevailed. One big note on technical writing and working with systems is to put notes on the documents and go, this is my pitch thing. This is for this is for this other thing, that's for that, just kind of organizing things so it's all nice and clear. Okay, so then, because you dropped it in scripts only, but that's a pitch. I don't know one way or another, so you need to say. So let me instead click on another comic draft. Okay, so we'll go through that. Are you sure it's not? I mean, look, I think these 2 documents are related, though. Oh, wait, still at work. Sorry. One should be an outline. One should be an outline pitch with characters, with the other as the story. Right. So it's the same thing. It's not really for the contest. This is for our critique.
Okay.
So let's do the pitch. Character pitch as well as.
I don't know. I mean, I guess. Yeah. Look, we used to do that. You know, back when we were in LA, people would come in and well, let me just take a minute and talk about this, because this represents a fundamental difference in storytelling. Okay. The difference between, we're now entering movie lingo and movie way of thinking. There's what we call high concept films. Have you ever heard of those, Larry?
Yes.
Okay. What is a high concept film?
Anything directed by Darren Aronofsky. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, basically that. Yeah. Style over substance sometimes, and big idees that don't really have a lot of mass appeal per se, but would make
no, it's totally different, and that's why it's misleading. You think high concept, and I think people chose this name on purpose, because what they used to be called sounded bad. They used to be called exploitation films or B movies.
Okay.
Right. Where you were just going to take a single topic and just exploit it for profit.
Well, I know what a B movie is. So.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And B movie has this connotation that it's bad, you know?
Yeah.
So instead they invented a new term, and they called it, what if these are high concept? Because then it sounds like art, right? It sounds like this is an art piece. It's not an art piece. High concept means the entire movie can be reduced down to a single sentence pitch. It's Romeo and Juliet on the sinking Titanic. What did I just describe?
Titanic.
Yes. Very simple, right? The whole movie is that. You understood it in one sentence, and the movie never strays from that one sentence summary, right? So if a movie sticks very closely to the one sentence summary, then we would call it high concept. And so, and let's face it, the pitch is what, these high concept pitches are what an entry writer will need to get people's attention. Hello, Molby. How are you?
How you guys doing, man?
Doing all right. So, yeah. But anyway, so when you're in these writing circles, you have some people who are like, I'm here to make art. These are my pages. This is my medium, poetry, whatever. I'm not concerned. I'm not here to sell it to you. I'm here to make it good, right? And then there are other people like, who gives a shit what's on the pages? It's all about the... So they would come in and they'd be like, here's my pitch. Here's my thing. And
okay,
who am I to say which is really the right way to go? I mean, you need, as I am now experiencing with White Lily, trade paperback, you need an idea that make people go, and boobs, that's what you need. And if the pitch doesn't do that, you might end up with a bit of a stinker, despite the fact you have a high quality product. There have been so many good movies that just don't get the love. Look at The Thing. How long did it take for that movie to really get the love that it deserves?
So it's time to start listening to Roger Corman more. So
exactly. Yeah. and John's a big believer in Roger Corman. John wants to be the next Roger Corman.
I love Roger Corman. Yeah.
So, there you go.
Yeah.
So Roger Corman makes what we call high concept films.
There we go. See, I had my terms mixed up. So
yes, you had your terms mixed up.
Yeah.
I set you up for failure by asking you specifically.
There you go. Yeah.
You remember I did it because I knew John would rattle it off.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Well, you've been there, so
the answer.
Yeah.
I haven't been in movies, so
okay.
I wouldn't know.
So first, let's listen to the mass appeal here. Let me pull up the pitch document, and we'll go over this.
All right.
Now, the opposite of high concept is high execution, I've been told. So that's where you're really focused on, the fundamentals of the story and the shots and the this and the that. But
it sounds more like my go. Yeah.
Right. But then, the problem is, how do you encapsulate that into a marketing pitch?
That's the problem.
And this is a sad statement about comic books, or no, just the creative endeavors in general. You can really just sit there and come up with mock movie posters, Model A, Model B, gun, title, tagline, they are out for justice and whatever, and just make up mock movies and put them on Facebook and do like Facebook ads and metrics and just see which one people like, and then go, okay, we're going to make that movie, and just call up a writer and go, okay, script writer, I want you to write this. What is it? It's a man and lady with a gun and a jungle. Go, and so.
that reminds me of hobo with a shotgun.
Snakes on a Plane, the ultimate high budget thing. Yeah.
You bring that up. There's a guy, I saw it on Kickstarter. He made a Kickstarter out of, he was making fake movie posters.
Right.
Out of nowhere, picked up steam. I think it's that, we got so much selection of entertainment these days that sometimes you just make something that, that sticks, out of the YouTubes and Netflix and all that. Something that just grabs the people and you run with it,
Exactly.
Sure. Yeah. Why not? Sharknado. There you go.
There we go. Which, that brings me up I don't, and I am kind of in agreement on this. I think, I wrote it to be bad is just a dumb cop out, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
I think that's usually.
You don't want to write to be bad because then you're just really bad.
Yeah, exactly. Like Sharknado. Well, it's supposed to be bad. Well, then make something better. But they made a few of them, so maybe I'm dumb.
Sharknado wasn't written like. Sharknado just kind of took its concept and just went balls to the walls.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can write to be
campy. There were some Sharknado knockoffs which were like that.
Yeah.
They
were bad.
Even sci-fi they tried to do, and I remember because it was so horrible. But sci-fi, after like the second Sharknado came out, they did something about tarantulas in a volcano or something,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and it was horrendous. And they even tried. They had the main character from Sharknado do a cameo as his character
Right.
in this movie to try to give it credibility. It just did not work.
Oh god.
And then they went and made 4 more Sharknadoes.
There you
Yeah.
go.
But yeah, you just gotta go. You just gotta take a ridiculous concept, understand it's ridiculous, and then just embrace the ridiculousness of it. And you can get away with stuff if you do it that way.
Sure.
But if you just write something with you like you don't care, you're just throwing words on the paper, then
Yeah.
So,
All right, pitch. The golden age of superheroes is dead after the end of Second World War and Cold War began.
mhm.
Okay, hold on. The golden age of... All right, first off, by the way, all right, we are now in the realm of high concept. This is a pitch. So, whether you understand this or not, you've entered it. You've entered... This is Writer Fight Club, all right? So, this pitch is too long. I haven't even read it yet. I'm just looking at it on the screen. It's too long. That pitch should be like 2 sentences. And most people would say that's 1 sentence too many. Know what I'm saying? Am I wrong?
Sure. Well, no,
So
not
somebody
really.
tell me I'm wrong. I'm ready.
no, one,
No, you're not wrong.
one sentence, 2 at the most.
Yeah, 1 sentence. 2 at the most. Yeah.
Oh,
It
you're
should be
not
3
wrong.
lines of that page.
A guy told me, I think I'll share it with you. There's I used to be in this writer meeting called Pronto Comics.
Mhm.
They told us you want to have 6-letter pitch, 6 words.
Right.
You know what I mean? He wanted revenge, blah, blah, these words, then 1 paragraph.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you
So-
can you do like the 1-2 sentence pitch. That's your pitch. Then you do a summary. Your summary is kind of like your paragraph, and that's where you can kind of do it. Your pitch is just the what am I getting myself into? Like my pitch for Blood Feud is a vampire hunter and a vampire enforcer team up when an ancient vampire is resurrected and seeks to destroy both their worlds. 1 sentence. That's the plot.
Mhm.
That's it. Boom.
Uh,
Then I can go into and describe more about the world and why these characters are doing all of that. But the pitch is 1 sentence straight up.
Right. So just looking over this pitch, I'm going to say it's already a little long. But all right, let me take the first sentence because the first sentence was kind of complex. So the golden age of superheroes is dead. All right.
I don't like that word in a pitch because you're already killing your pitch before it started.
And look, I got to
Quite
say,
literally.
right there, I hate to be brutal. Look, but all right. This is about crafting. Look, let me give you a story about writing that I heard. Okay, it's James Joyce. Apparently, was one of these writers who agonized over things, and somebody came over, and James Joyce was depressed, and we're like, "What's wrong, man? Is it the work?" He's like, "Yes, it's the work. It's always their work. I only wrote 6 words today. It's been all day." And then his friend was like, "Well, dude, for you, 6 words is pretty good." He's like, "I can't decide what order they go in." Right? It's like fixating over the tiny minutia to get the perfect sentence.
It's hard.
It's hard. But I want to say here that we should avoid the passive voice. So instead of the golden age of superheroes is dead, we should say the golden age of superheroes died after the end of the Second World War. And
Yes.
yeah, and really, why do we need after the end of the Second World War and the Cold War began? If this is I feel like the statement here should be the golden age of superheroes died with the beginning of the Cold War.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Or even more dynamic a sentence, the Cold War killed the golden age of superheroes. Right? Right? I feel money raining down on me right there.
I got chills.
I got chills. Okay. Sounded good. Okay. All right. Due to an incident that saw Soviet and American heroes clash during the Korean War, empowered individuals were banned from participating in the conflict, Yet now a shadow war has begun as sides now compete in a new secret arms race. Arms, get it? Arms, superheroes, golden secret arms race. I like it. Okay. The enduring war in Vietnam now reached a near boiling point after the Tet Offensive, with rumors of the intelligence community that Soviet involvement has grown in the theater. All right, this sentence is a little jangly. It's kind of long.
Broken up a bit.
All right. The enduring war in Vietnam has now, we're passive again. We hate that stuff. The enduring war in Vietnam reached a near boiling point already an improvement, after the Tet Offensive. I feel like the sentence should just end there. The enduring war in Vietnam reached a boiling point after the Tet Offensive.
Yes.
Period.
Yeah.
Rumors in the intelligence community. Rumors circulated in the intelligence community that Soviet involvement has grown. Got that passive stuff again. All right. Rumors circulated in the intelligence community that raised questions about
activity and
they're raising
or something.
Yeah. So definitely clean that one up a bit. Hello, William. I don't just pick on you. I know. I gave him some feedback. He never came back. Oh wait, I say that, but there he is. Hello, William. How are you?
It's too long.
I'm doing good. Happy to be here finally.
Okay. So
Will was good, man. It's like seeing a ghost, man.
Yeah. Diana. All right, we got to be careful on Diana, because Golden Age superhero Diana, I'm starting to feel something.
I think that character already exists.
Yeah.
It could be. Yeah.
Well, I will say that Diana is a pretty fitting name for the time period you're choosing, because that seems like a very common name back then.
True.
Yes, it may be a common name back then, but guess what? It is also associated with one particular Golden Age superhero.
Yeah.
Yes?
Which one was that again?
That's going to be Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's
that one.
Oh,
yes, it's superheroes.
DC you know what DC did to the original Captain Marvel, man. That lawsuit.
Yeah.
Well, you won't survive, man.
Exactly.
Well,
yeah.
He's not knocking that character, or he's not going to take on that character.
Well,
but the immediate, as soon as you read, like Preston said, Golden Age superhero Diana, you lost everybody.
Right.
Well, man, we'll just remember, man. I'm gonna keep
call her Martha, and everything will be fine.
Well, I mean, looking over, she has black hair with green eyes. She's fit and athletic. Yeah, that might make people look sideways.
Is she from Greece?
Yeah, exactly.
She's from an island, Puerto Rico.
Oh, she's from Puerto Rico. Sorry, yeah.
Right, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It's Wonder Woman, but from Puerto Rico. I like it. Wonder Woman.
Oh, man.
Also known as La Puma, the inheritor of the family curse and current incarcerated prisoner after a botched bank heist. Given a chance to end her sentence and find a new start to her life, she joins Ava Espionage as an active, deniable agent of the CIA. That would be what we call a secret agent, under the handler of Agent York Green.
Okay, so the first paragraph doesn't need to exist. We just need the second part, because that's the story, right?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay. And I've done that before.
That, Larry.
Yeah, and look, John used to be with me in writers groups, and I would just sit there as we're reading, and I would just strike through just like whole paragraph. Just don't need it. Really, just that's your pitch right here.
Well, I mean, I do the same thing, but
Yeah, no, it helps. I mean, you got to get these things. You got to get the thoughts out on the paper, but then after you found the idea, you take away everything that's not that idea.
Right.
Well,
Yeah, that pitch cleaned. That second paragraph cleaned up. That's your pitch.
Right.
You just got to clean it up a little bit, tighten it down, and that's your pitch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you the pronto format, man. It really helped me. It'll help you out, man.
All right.
Very neat, clean format, man.
So, what do you think, William? Did we lose William?
Oh, no, I'm here. So, what's the question? What do I think about what?
What do you think about what we? All right, never mind. I assume William is in agreement. Okay. Diana Alvarez, La Puma, a young Puerto Rican woman, about. Okay, and this is something. This is something
about the age of 21. Pick one.
Yeah, this is something writers have to do all the time. Writers have to go character, gender, look, age. So you get pretty good at it. So, really, you could just go Puerto Rican, 21, black-haired, green eyes. And then we go into passive voice here. She is fit and athletic. Let's be descriptive and go, green eyes pierce, stare out from under the black hair of the 21-year-old Puerto Rican Diana Alvarez. Boom. Did that sound good? Isn't that a great sentence? Mm-hmm. I got to pat myself on the back for that. Sounded great. Now
how tall is she? She's fit and athletic. What does that mean? How tall is she?
I can get a body type off of fit and athletic.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not chubby. She may be a little thick, but she's got muscle. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I understand fit and athletic. Look, when we get to the casting director is going to have their own ideas. So the idea that you need to lock it into between 5'4" and 5 foot. Why be needlessly precise like that? It doesn't help you. If you find just an absolutely whiz bang actress who's got an amazing Instagram following, who's 5'7", you're still going to go yes. So,
okay, yeah, you're right.
Needlessly precise, but if look, I don't want to. I'm trying to be as sensitive as I can here. Please, if this is hate speech, I am ready to be re-educated. But if
remember, Joe Biden is starring creating a task force.
Yeah. I know. I'm pretty sure my name is about to be added to the truth and consequences, whatever.
Instead of a space force, a task force to stop freedom of speech.
Exactly. But I have a feeling if Gabrielle Sidibe said, I want to play the part of Diana Alvarez, I would have to go, no, because you are not fit and athletic, which is important to the character. Why? Because it's it's there. I'm not going to say it's not because you're tall.
But sir, all not everybody has the same shape. All shapes are healthy.
That's right. Yeah.
Diana Alvarez, healthy at any size.
Sure.
Person who identifies as female.
Mulby, if healthy as any size, please tell that to my cholesterol.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, it's just kind of interesting. Is there a reason why she's Puerto Rican? Is there relevancy to that?
I'm assuming that for the story that's what now we're back to the high concept thing of does the fact that she's Puerto Rican have market impact? And since go ahead.
It is pretty interesting because, a lot of times in comics, like in fiction, normally when it comes to Hispanics or people of Latino descent, they tend to use people from Mexico that appear in a lot of media. Puerto Rican, I think, appears a couple of times. Then, of course, Cubans were kind of popular because Scarface. So it's.
I understand that Puerto Ricans do exist in cinema. Yes, I understand.
Okay.
That. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Living on the East Coast, there were a lot of Puerto Ricans that lived in the Northeast.
Yes, there are a lot of Puerto Ricans that live in the Northeast. Thank you very much for that observation.
Well, man, I think we're gonna start a culture hunter show on that deal.
Well, it's just I don't know, just made me think because now I live on the West
William
Coast.
is
It's very
here.
different.
Where this conversation is about to go in a very racial direction. Anyway. You know those Puerto Ricans in their East Coast living ways. I'm like, yeah, I guess that's what they do. So Diana is part of a long line of empowered individuals from sort of ancient blood curse.
Huh? Okay. Some I don't know what you're trying to say. Sort of ancient.
You might have looked. A better sentence would be some hokey bullshit about her power.
Wait, did I write this?
No, I mean, somebody else. Right. But look, I mean, we got to say that okay, these days the people who are saying, I don't know what the proper answer about race is, but I know that saying race doesn't matter is not the proper answer. That apparently makes you a racist. So we do have to recognize, that ethnicity is important and that she is Puerto Rican.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Cultural appropriation only matters if you're brown.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not sure what he's trying to say there, but
Can we get back to how this sentence makes absolutely no sense? Because I read the second half of the sentence, and it makes even less sense than the first half.
Is part of a long line of empowered individuals. Okay, that part makes sense. I understand.
Okay,
Now it's passive voice, but still,
Right. A sort of ancient,
ancient blood curse.
Is it an ancient blood curse or not?
It's halfway between an ancient curse
people to South America. Like the conquistadors brought the ancient blood curse.
Oh, so it's kind of like
so confused.
So yeah, because like when you say conquistadors, ancient blood curse, I mean, I'm just
really
kind of thinking about Pirates of the Caribbean with the whole curse. Yeah.
Right, but the conquistadors brought it, or were the conquistadors conquering people? So the peoples summoned the ancient blood curse that now gives her the power.
I think he says brought up. He says brought upon by the conquistadors conquering of the tribe.
Like
so it's
I
think it means that like when the conquistadors conquered the tribe, then like the blood curse was activated as a reaction or something like that. Like
it's not an ancient.
Again, my point: the sentence makes no sense, and it needs to make sense.
Yes.
The fact that we're even wondering what this sentence means,
right,
is my point. It makes no sense.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
that was my whole point. My whole point was the sentence makes no sense.
So who wrote this? Because I came late.
Oh,
some person.
Oh, and who's in the Discord server?
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta remember, it's in a book.
Exactly.
Reading Rainbow.
There you go. Yeah. All right. So, known as La Puma, the past two previous incarnations have been what could be considered villains. Okay. Diana being much more the same before being apprehended.
So she's kind of like Black Panther. Kind of like Black Panther passing on the title from one to another.
Known as the Puma.
The Puma.
Previous. Yeah, I got the part.
So
Puma.
that's another
I need you to translate that from Spanish. Hold on. William Savage, since you spend so much time around Puerto Ricans, perhaps you could tell me what La Puma meant. The past two previous incarnations have been what could be considered villains. That's some very strong wording. I feel like this is almost from like the court-appointed lawyer going, some people have made statements that they could be considered villains. I personally do not think so. But
the language sounds like they're not sure.
They're
like,
not
have
sure.
made a decision
They
on whether or
might be
not.
villains, and it might be an ancient curse.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
The writer
Indecisiveness.
is not sure what he's writing.
right, exactly. I don't like it when the writer's not sure, because when the writer's not sure, then everybody after the writer becomes increasingly unsure.
Yeah, it just needs some work.
Yeah, Diana being much the same before being apprehended. Now that one I don't quite understand. Does that mean Diana was like the past two previous incarnations and could be considered a villain?
That's what I'm thinking.
So the statement is Diana could be considered a villain like her predecessors.
So like an anti-hero kind of. Yeah.
I think that's
And
what
this statement could possibly be summed up. Diana inherits the infamy of her villainous family.
There you go.
The accursed La Puma. How's that sound?
Much better.
Much better.
Yeah,
I
much
pat myself on the back. Okay, great. All right. His once more carefree and wild attitude stems from a lack of family. Or her once more carefree and wild attitude stems from a lack of family life and a disdain from an absent mother.
God damn absent mothers. No.
That bitch. Why wasn't she there for her kids?
That is somewhat refreshing because it's always absentee fathers in fiction. So I like that idea.
It's usually absent mother, but
However,
yeah, but I would like to know why she's. I mean, is she just absent? Is she missing? Is she kidnapped? Is she dead?
Yeah, like really.
Probably
the writer doesn't know what he's writing, so he may not have decided yet.
All right.
John,
He just knows that she's not there.
John, this is called Lifetime television.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to say if I haven't seen a plot element involving an absent mother so far, and I've read a fair amount of stuff. So I think the fact that her mother is absentee doesn't seem crucially important to the story. And I know this is strange, and this is what I'm about to say is somewhat controversial. But if it's not important to the story, dare I say, it is of little importance to the audience. See what I'm saying?
Unless it's going to come up in the first issue.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Unless we need to understand this to understand how her bloodline incorporates with the CIA war in Korea, her absentee. See, going back to Alias, a great show. Sidney Bristow's dad was not around when she was a kid because he was off being a secret agent, which complicated their professional relationship as secret agents, right? It's irrelevant to the story. But here, I'm not seeing the mom thing as relevant to the story.
Looks like our writer
it is relevant.
Yeah.
I mean,
yes,
I was just interpreting it based upon they use the word disdain for absentee mother, so it seems like it's somewhat relevant to the character.
Right. That's quite all right, Dakota. I thank you so much for I love going through it. I'm just my job is to give you feedback such that this gets better. And I feel like, if you take what I'm saying and you're able to boil it down, I think this could be better. So
it's all love, man.
All love.
Exactly. That's what we do. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
You gotta look at it as we read it, man. That's a positive, man. Most people would just, if they didn't like it, they would just not say anything.
Yes.
Or they take it and throw it in the trash, like.
Yeah.
Larry, you're supposed to be kinder, man.
No. I'm saying this is what happens when people read stuff like Pittance or whatever, and they don't like it. It just.
Sure.
So, Agent York Nathaniel Green. That guy's got a lot of names, but all right. A man in his 30s and a veteran of the Korean War. So, I feel like we know he's a man, right? I understand it's very fluid these days, but when you drop York Nathaniel Green on me, I feel like that sounds like a guy. So, therefore, we don't need to tell me he's a man. You could instead just say Korean War veteran, or a mid-30s Korean War veteran works for the CIA as an active agent. Then we've kind of simplified that first sentence. Physically fit with brown hair and blue eyes, fully clean-shaven, denoting a care for his appearance on top of liking of clean suits. Green witnessed firsthand the events that caused the Powers Act of 52. Is that important for our story?
Good question.
I don't know. I don't know how our story involves the Powers Act of 52.
What's also kind of funny.
Yes.
He's brown hair with blue eyes, but we didn't get the
His
heavy
ethnicity.
indication on his nationality.
Well,
we did in the
I have a
previous-
feeling there may be a bit
Yeah.
of cultural appropriation.
It's possible, yeah.
Yes, yeah,
'Cause
I mean-
I'm going to guess he acted as the true white enslaver that he was, and took a woman who was of Puerto Rican descent, who was incapable of true consent due to systematic racism.
That's true, yeah.
I mean, okay, I was gonna say, like, you know, maybe change the brown hair to blonde hair and stuff, or red hair.
I mean, let's go full over here. Like,
Right.
Yeah, it's like, why brown? It's like everyone
And
likes
I
blonde.
really much like the fact that he enjoys clean suits as opposed to dirty suits.
These are important character traits. I can imagine you got a casting call tomorrow at 8:00. All right, tell me about the character. He likes clean suits. Like, thank God.
So do I roll around in the dirt before my audition?
No, okay. I had to leave it clean. Awesome. I'm here. If you wrote like suits covered in dirt and soil, actors would hate you because they're like, I'm not going to try it like that. No, screw you people.
I mean, that could be part
Now,
of the
unless you
character.
mean like, you know, like fitted suits or expensive suits.
Probably
You know,
what
then
he
you can
means,
put those types of details in.
Right.
You know,
Or
he
starch
dresses like
he's a man of means.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. You are welcome to come on if you want. So that's an invitation. If Moon simply would like to come on. So, hey, Coda. All right. So we went over the pitch, and then we can go over the pages next time because I feel like that was a lot at once. Oh, okay. So link in the writers. Oh, here. Wait, I know. I'm learning how to run my Discord now. I got to go to the appropriate channel, and then I got to tag. That's why I have the separate Discord here for it. There we go. Okay, so tag. There it is. So
Did we get some feedback on clarifications?
Yeah, exactly. We can find out if it's a sort of ancient curse.
And we can also hear him like roast all of us for our criticisms.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
We're gonna get that. Yeah.
Oh, right now they're catching up. So meanwhile, let's see. Do we have? I think John dropped some pages on us last week.
I did.
Okay.
Yes. During our massive outage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, it does.
Bo Thinster. He's a man with a Midas touch. Nobody even knows that I'm singing Shirley Bassey. Bow Thruster or Bow Thruster?
No, that one's not ready.
Oh,
If I even bring it, no.
You say Bow
Nature
Thruster?
from last week.
okay.
I know, Larry. I know you like bow thruster, but
It was
we're not
funny.
going to be bow thrusting today.
Okay. Yeah, in his 30s also betrays his gender. Very good. Very good. Yes, exactly. All right. So then Demonatrix.
Yes, episode 2.
Okay.
Demonatrix.
Demonatrix. Whatever that stupid 80s song was. That was a dumb song. The dominatrix sleeps tonight. I'm like, this has to be the dumb. That's clearly one of those songs where it's like, I will write a song that involves a word that will get people's attention, but it will have nothing to do with that word. What dominatrix do? She'll sleep.
Okay.
I'm like, those are some deep lyrics.
Looks-
Like, yeah, when is she gonna sleep? At night. I'm like, wow, all right.
It looks like he's here. He just posted in the private
Okay,
chat.
sorry. All right, here we go. Hello, Simply Moon. How are you?
Good. I'm good. I just got off.
Okay. So thanks for coming on, and thanks so much for submitting.
Thank you.
All right, so we went through the pitch. We'll go through the pages on it next time. What have you heard?
So I know the pitch is way too long, and
Yes.
it's a bit of a mess.
Right, and look, that everyone has to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And the more time you put in, the better you get.
I wrote that today as a quick. What can I do before class? Because I said I'd write a pitch,
There we go. Okay.
and then just threw junk out at the wall.
Okay.
Well, not bad.
And look, I give this advice a lot. Most recently, I gave a little bit of advice to Molby, who he's over his goal over there at Kickstarter. So I feel like doing the work benefits. But you write your thing, you get your ideas down. That's cool. Oh wait, and I definitely gave this advice to William. But then I want you to go back and I want you to rewrite it, because it's very rare that you get it right the first time. When you just put the word down on the page, it's very rare that it's just like, manna from heaven kind of stuff. Usually you need to go back and rewrite it and clean it up, and then that'll make things better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So people wanted to know how sort of the ancient curse was. Simply Moon, you there for me?
Yeah, sorry, I had someone talking to me.
Okay. All right, so the ancient curse, the Puma. So we got the Diana, and she's got an absentee mom, and she's part of a long line of people who could be considered villainous.
Yes,
Okay.
they villainous. Yes,
What makes them villainous?
it's just as I see it, because I only look past like two
Hold on.
generations past. I just
Hold on. I want to make a small correction in how you're thinking about things. All right. How you see it is how it is, because it's your story. See what
okay.
I'm saying? So, because I could see it all kinds of ways, but this is your story. It's by you. So how I see it isn't nearly as important as how you see it. And how you see it as the writer is so important, you should just tell me it's this. Give it a try.
So why is the family villainous? Is the question.
Yes. Or, I mean, you wrote that some considered them villainous, but I don't know what they did that gave them this infamous reputation.
They tend to work with organized crime, and organized crime, they're typically on the outs of society.
Yes.
The family, they just a bad track record of basically different crimes and such like that, using their powers to how they want.
Well, see, right there,
to do.
that sounded cool. All right. So that's what needs to be in your pitch, her previous generation, basically Diana, I feel like the whole character thing needs to be rewritten as Diana comes from a supernatural crime family known as La Puma.
Yes.
Right. And notice how that one sentence kind of encapsulated everything we just said.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah.
That was nice, man.
So, and that's where, the efficiency on the page, Diana, who born of the criminal crime family known as La Puma. And then now we add in drafted into the CIA. But part of the problem, you've got a lot of different stuff on this wall, and I'm trying to figure out where the conflict of our story is. Is this a Cold War story about espionage against the Soviet Union? And the mob can certainly be involved in that. Or is this kind of a mob story? Is it taking place in Puerto Rico? Is it in New York? I see we got kind of the dad involved, so I'm getting some Alias vibes again. Maybe? Or not?
So part of that just comes from I'm just throwing shit at the wall, trying to go and I have an idea quick. I gotta put out stuff because like I haven't really done it, but
Right.
none of that almost for the idea of the comic would factor in almost. Maybe like how the character reacts, maybe as some side dialogue in it,
Mhm.
but it's not really a focus. It's stuff I just thought, what's this character? How would they act to the events of this story? So
I do my best,
What
Mr. George.
what you're saying, if I may, is that this is her backstory, which
Yes.
has no bearing on the story you're trying to tell. We don't care about the backstory.
Yes.
I'm looking at your comic book issue number 1 for the story that's between those pages, not the story that happened before.
Yes.
So you want to focus on the story you're telling us, not the backstory. We'll pick up the backstory as we go.
Right.
Yes.
There we
So
go.
focus on the story you want to tell.
That's kind of what I wanted to do.
All right.
But
Awesome.
I'll you're right. And a lot of that blurb, the blurb for the pitch and the characters is kind of all over the place and what it's supposed to be. And yeah, it's not really what I'm thinking.
There is nothing wrong with having a deep, detailed backstory for your main character. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a pitch, you're not pitching the character's backstory. And I think that's where you kind of got a little bit lost here. The pitch should be focused on, why do I want to pick up this book? Why do I want to read it?
And hey, I gotta say, Mulby, way to go! He got a shout out from a whole video dedicated to him on some MGTOW channel or something or other, or some red pill thing. Way to go!
Right on.
And I watched that whole video from that guy. Not the best presenter and speaking voice, but that's okay. But I noticed he read like your whole pitch to him. So Mulby got some practice pitching, and now we're hearing Mulby's pitch read through somebody else's voice, which is always interesting, because when somebody's reading Mulby's words, I'm like, I can hear it in my voice, in the Mulby voice, but hearing it in your voice is kind of weird because you got the cadence kind of differently. But like you got the experience of, I went through the writing contest where I was pitching and now I'm pitching, and so you see that the experience pays off. As I say, writing is pitching. What do you think, Mulby?
Well, to me it sounds good. It's just that to me, I always lead with the conflict. Before you even have the explanation of the character, you want to have what's the issue at hand, and then you put under that foundation, who are the characters and so on. Because once somebody reading a pitch is like, oh, the forest is on fire, and it turns out, okay, this character is part of she has an ancestry of crime, so maybe she did it. Mm-hmm. Now you automatically add the person reading questioning that character's role. You want to start with the conflict and what it's going to be about first.
Right.
Then the rest will follow.
All right. Pitch me Symptagion. I want to hear it.
Well, basically,
No, I don't want to hear. Well, basically.
All right, I got you. Right. Well, when cops investigate a home infested with cats, they are infected with a spore known as the Symptagion that causes them to become animals that will feast upon man flesh and serve any female worthy of their sexual attraction.
Awesome. The one thing I would say is missing is we have the villain, which I know would be in your next sentence, like Moki Une or whatever her name is. So you could encapsulate that into the first sentence and go, Mokle. What is her name?
Tokimane.
Yeah, Tokimane preys on the men turned into simps by the new contagion that has been unleashed on an unsuspecting world in the Moby Jean story, Symptagion.
Oh, you see, that's golden, man.
Oh, there you go.
But that's that experience.
All I'm saying is when you get invited to the Oscars, I would be in your party if you wanted to say,
I'm
oh,
gonna say, man,
Preston.
I'm gonna say Preston treated me like Simon Cowell
There we
in
go.
American Idol.
Yeah. Do or do not. There is no basic. there is no sort of ancient curse. No.
Johnny Torch, man. You gotta torch me like that, man.
Okay.
I'm an innocent man.
So let's see. We got some stuff today. We got Demonatrix. So all right. All right, John. What do we got?
All right. This is mostly going to be Lolita and Emmy.
Okay.
So, Larry, I think you've been doing Lolita, haven't you?
I believe so, yes.
All right. And Preston, I think you've been doing Emmy, and I think we got enough people here. So, let's see. William, do you want to narrate? I think I might just sit this one out because we got a lot of people here today.
Yeah, I can narrate.
All right, William, you narrate. Preston, why don't you do Emmy? Larry, you do Lolita. And then Molby, me, and Simply Moon, we'll just pick up the other people. Yeah, we'll just do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want me to do my blurb?
Sure.
Take us in.
Previously on the Demonatrix, Emmy Riley, pissed off at her evangelical father, summoned a demon to get back at him, but the demon took control of her body and murdered him. Now with Emmy charged with the crime and sent to a mental hospital, the demon Lolita has broken in to try and help her escape. So, take it away.
Wait.
The Demonatrix. The deal with episode 2, the deal with the devil. State mental hospital hallway, day. Tatiana passes through the janitor closet. She takes a breath, straightens her suit. State mental hospital recreation room. Lolita pushes the third-story window open, slips inside. She rushes to Emmy.
Hey there, vacation's over. It's time to go.
All right. By the way, I have a format note here. I do not understand what that means. Slips inside. So she was levitating outside the third-story window.
She scaled the wall.
Point.
Okay, then this shot is the wrong slug. That's not interior. That's exterior. Exterior state mental hospital. Lolita scaling the wall pushes the third-story window open and slips inside.
Yes.
Right.
I see where you're going with that. Yes.
Yes, because if I'm the artist or the director and I get this, I'm like, this is an interior shot. Therefore, we is inside. Therefore, Lolita pushes the third-story window from standing on the ground inside, given the context you put this in.
I understand.
Then you said inside. Now I'm all confused.
That was not how I envisioned it. I was envisioning that the camera was inside shooting through the window and she was outside the window, and I did not clarify that.
Then what I would say is, viewed from inside.
Lolita is outside.
Yeah, or viewed.
Right. I didn't specify she was outside. And you are
really
correct.
What this is then this is like a POV shot. POV shot looking outside the state mental hospital window. Lolita pushes the window open, and kind of thing.
Right. This was originally part of the last scene from the last episode, and I kind of cut them in half, so that's why it's a little awkward.
Fair enough.
Because it didn't occur to me that it didn't sound as awkward in my head as it did to you.
Got it. She rushes to Emmy. Lolita.
Oh, yes. Hey there, vacation's over. It's time to go.
Emmy is drugged, groggy.
All right, we don't have much time. You gave me permission once, so now it's time for the sequel.
Lolita kisses Emmy on the lips. Emmy falls forward onto the ground, vomiting. Looking around, the clothes Lolita were wearing are lying on the ground. Her eyes click black.
So wait a minute. Like one kiss and the clothes fly off? Literally?
Yep.
Lolita disappeared. She dematerialized.
Oh, now I get it. Okay. I
So-
would.
She's
I
in
feel like that. I
Survivor.
feel like that line could be a little more descriptive. Like who's all right? So I guess Emmy looks. So Emmy looks around
Yes.
through Lolita's clothes, which are lying on the ground around her since she
Okay.
vanished. I mean, like
Right.
I don't get that sequence that you just described to me, where Lolita vanishes, and I guess Emmy's on the ground surrounded by Lolita's clothes. You know, kind of like Obi-Wan Kenobi style. You know, just
Yeah.
boom, just, collapses into a robe, whatever kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of.
And I gotta say, like this is something I'm an absolute policeman, Vaughn. You got to be careful on your pronouns. Her eyes click black. I'm gonna say that's probably Emmy, but
It's
you know,
what?
like I've said, Emmy's eyes must be clicking black.
Yes.
Hallway. As Tatiana walks down the hall, and we got 3 women here, so a nurse approaches you, 4 women. Go ahead, nurse.
I'll do the nurse. Moby, you do Tatiana.
All right.
Hello, agent. You asked if I should tell you if anyone came to see Miss Riley.
Yes.
Yeah. See, like exactly. Yes, like that.
A young woman, early 20s, she said.
Tatiana races down the hallway, not waiting for the nurse to finish. Recreational room. Tatiana explodes through the door. Enemy wearing Lolita's clothes climbs out of the window.
By the way, I use these dashes a lot when I'm screenwriting. This should mean that this connects to the prior statement, meaning, like if I were writing this, it would be Tatiana races down the hallway to the dash and then open here dash recreation room. That way we see this scene leads to new slug. But if we're just going to go recreation room and it's not tied to the prior sentence, then you don't need the dashes.
Okay.
Go ahead, Tatiana. Or no, go ahead, narrator.
Tatiana explodes through the doors. Emmy, wearing Lily's clothes, climbs out the window.
Miss B.
Outside, Emmy drops to the second floor window, grabbing the bars, then the first floor, then to the ground. Tatiana crashes through the window, dropping straight to the ground. Emmy gets into their black SUV and speeds off. Tatiana chases on foot to the street, stopping. She screams at them. SUV. Emmy glances in the rearview mirror, smiles as Tatiana disappears in the distance.
Stupid angels and their rules.
Exit parking garage. Day.
Wait,
Emmy,
did I do that right, John? Because it didn't say demonic. I didn't know if I was now supposed to be like, stupid angels and their rules.
It probably could have been more demonic, yeah.
Okay, then you should go ahead and add the Riley, because
Yeah, I probably missed it.
yeah, that would be an important note.
Emmy parks on the roof away from other vehicles. Interior SUV. Shutting off the engine, Emmy leans back. Her eyes click to normal. Emmy looks around, startled.
Hey, it's me.
No, you left.
Yeah, and now I'm back. Yay!
Look, I don't want anything to do with you.
Too late for that.
Emmy looks around the garage.
Where am I?
A parking garage.
Emmy rolls her eyes. Lolita moves out of Emmy, appearing nude in the passenger seat, startling Emmy.
Why are you naked?
You're wearing my clothes.
Emmy looks down at her outfit.
I like where this is going. All right, we got a great setup for Skinemax. See, and this goes back to what I've been saying writing is. It's the important part that logically connects you to a scene where you need to see someone's boobs.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah. I couldn't have you escaping in a hospital gown. That would just be embarrassing.
What do you want with me?
See, my plan was to live it up and die, but I really like what you humans did with the place in the last 1,000 years, so I decided I'm going to stick around for a while.
Fine, but go haunt someone else.
Sweetie, I'm a demon, not a ghost. Please, I don't haunt, I possess.
These fucking demons and their goddamn pronouns. It's not haunting anymore.
Yeah.
It's possessing. Pardon me. Did you just assume my class is spiritual entity? We do not appreciate that.
I like that.
Demons face far too much discrimination. Fuses with ghosts. So, possess somebody else, then?
Can't. For me, not to die, I need a possessee that requires a compatible vessel. You. So suck it up, Buttercup.
Fuck you.
Oh, fuck. Such harsh language for a church-going Jesus freak.
Jesus should be capitalized.
It should.
Well, I summoned a demon that ended up murdering my father. I think I'm entitled.
I might have been the weapon, but you did the murdering yourself.
I don't want to say, like, now I'm wondering, like, what if we did The Exorcist, but, like, instead of the power of Christ compels you, it was, like, more like bitchy teenagers. Like, get out of her, get out of her, Sabrina. Nuh-uh, I ain't gonna do it. Get out of my clothes. Like, I'm loving it. All right.
Oh my God, respect my soul's choices, please.
Get your soul out of my body, please. Hello.
Your mother liked Justin Timberlake back when he was nobody.
Yeah. Instead of your mother sucks cocks in hell, that's your mommy liked Justin Timberlake on Facebook. There we go. Loving it. Okay, fantastic.
Oh, God.
I didn't want him dead.
You most certainly did. When I came through the gate, I didn't know you or him, but I felt the anger and the hatred you focus at him, and I didn't want. I didn't did
And
what you wanted done.
I did what you wanted done. Okay.
Emmy's eyes tear up.
I just wanted him out of my life.
Mission accomplished.
I mean, I gotta say, I feel like Emmy's selling it short a little bit. I feel like you wanted him out of your life, so you ran away. I wanted him out of my life, so I learned how to summon a demon is a little farther. You know, I'm almost not quite buying that line.
Teeny bit, yeah.
And now I'm stuck with you.
Don't think of it as being stuck. Think of me as your new best friend.
And I want to say, if I was to add a Riley here, Emmy would be annoyed. Am I right? Is that the emotion I'm going for in delivering that line?
Yeah, basically.
Right, and that's this again is where I feel like the scenes lack the emotional power. Emmy in this scene is confronting her demon, whom she summoned, that killed her father, and the overwhelming emotion Emmy feels is annoyance.
Yes. God, stupid demons. No.
Stupid demon. Like, all
right. We'll go everywhere together. We'll do everything together.
Emmy reaches out, touching Lolita.
Careful, I might charge you for that.
Emmy recoils her hand.
How are you possessing me if you're sitting next to me? ?
Immaterial things need to stay in the immaterial world. Material things in the material one. One of my grandfather's stupid...
Is this? Did she just say what happens in Astra stays in Astra?
Pretty much.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Right.
One of my grandfather's stupid inconveniences. If I stay out of my vessel for more than 72 Earth hours, I die.
That sounds like a significant plot point. Thank you.
Yes.
And you go to hell.
No, I die, as in cease to exist, return to the ether. Frankly, that's better than going back to hell. But there's a third option.
Why would dying be, for an immortal creature, why would dying be somehow worse than returning to a plane of existence from which you could be sprung?
Well, because it says she's ceasing to exist. I mean, ceasing to exist is kind of, I don't know, that can be considered pretty worse than death, though.
Well, my thing with that line is you had her explain too much. You know, she said too much about what's going on versus showing. Mm-hmm. You know, that to me, you know.
Yeah. And what do I get out of this?
Now you're talking like someone's ready to make a deal with the devil.
Lita moves back into Emmy.
First things first, we need to get somewhere quiet and safe. I need to rest, get my strength back. We've got 2 angels hunting us.
Oh my god.
Don't
What?
invoke his name. He might hear, and then it's a thought call away to his goons. I got you some new clothes and things in the bag behind you.
William?
Well, yeah, Lita pulls a small bag from the back
Oh, that should
seat,
be
looks
Emmy.
in it.
Sorry.
Emmy, yeah.
I'm
not wearing that.
Oh, come on. The outfit is perfect blend of super cute and super sexy.
Emmy rolls her eyes. Emmy, exit parking garage.
Exterior parking garage.
Sorry, exterior parking garage. Emmy gets out of the SUV, starts walking towards the elevator, hits the call button.
What about these angels?
Well, they're here to send me back to hell, and as long as you're my vessel.
Interior elevator. Emmy enters. It's the button for the bottom floor.
Yeah, but it's not like we're gonna. Sorry. Yeah, but it's not like they're gonna kill me. They're the good guys.
Quickest way to send me back to hell is to kill you while I'm possessing you. So don't die, okay?
I feel like maybe you should have played this differently, but all right.
The elevator doors open. A family enters as Emmy exits.
I really hate you right now.
Oh, I hate you too.
Exterior. Exterior parking garage. Emmy exits the garage, walks down the city streets.
I'm gonna rest now, trying not to get into any trouble.
Whatever. Whatever, Lolita.
Yeah, it makes me. I'm getting like this symbiotic vibe, you know, like venom and stuff. Yeah, or no, like a toxin. Toxin's the guy with separate minds and stuff.
Preston's gotta stop reading like that. We might have to call his stream Beverly Hills.
Okay. Interior State Mental Hospital hallway. Day. Jacobs and Patel exit the janitorial closet as the coroner places the janitor's corpse into a bag. Alvarez approaches into a body bag. Alvarez approaches holding a tablet.
Mulby, why don't you do Alvarez, and Simply Moon, why don't you do Jacobs?
I shall be Alvarez.
Sure. Yeah.
Go ahead. Alvarez.
Oh, my bad. This is what we got on the victim. Laid off 18 months ago when the factory closed. Work part-time as janitor and part-time at
Jesuit
homeless ministry.
Jesuits homeless ministry on Hope.
And I want to say, grammar-wise, it wouldn't be a Jesuit homeless ministry on Hope and Grant, because I have a feeling there probably aren't multiple Jesuit homeless ministries on Hope and Grant.
Oh, you mean just the?
It should be the Jesuit homeless ministry on Hope and
Okay.
Grant. I went to Rome and I visited a Vatican. It was cool.
Yeah, good
Next
voice
time I'm
acting.
gonna go back and visit another one. You know.
Moby, good voice acting, amigo.
All right. All right, Jacob. That's Moon
Jacobs.
simply. The Simply Moon. Yeah. You there with us? You still hanging?
Simply.
Yeah, I'm still there.
All right. We need you to read Jacob's line here.
Devout.
From the look of it,
Patel looks back at the coroner's wheel and the corpse down the hall.
How much strength would it require to run a stick through someone's body like that?
More than crushing a man's skull with your bare hands.
You really think?
2 Vicks, both middle-aged males, Devout Christians killed by means of someone with inhuman strength and with 100 feet of Emerald May Riley.
I mean, I do think on occasion, really.
Interior, dank bathroom.
Thank
Day.
bathroom. Day.
Emmy stands wearing nothing but bra and panties, staring at herself in the mirror. Her hair is wet, down at the shoulders.
Oh yeah. Keep going. You're not done.
Oh yeah. Emmy looks over at the back, sitting on the toilet beside her.
Fuck it.
Exterior, city streets, day. Various close-ups. Black boots strut down the street. A green plaid miniskirt trimmed in white lace dances in the breeze. Ooh. A green plaid crop top and harness.
Fuck it was the declared plan of action for the day, apparently.
Copper hair in twin short braids. 7 piercings in the left ear. 6 piercings in the right. Ooh.
Does that mean something special in like cool hipster slang?
Yes. Piercings is something cool in
dear.
history.
What?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay.
A green
It might be more 90s because when I was in high school, there was this chick that was all about the hipster thing, and she spent like an entire day telling me about her 13 piercings. Anyway, go on.
What does 13 piercings mean?
I don't know. It had got some kind of I forget.
It connects you to some kind of ancient curse.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, there you go.
John Lamont's journal, man.
A green plaid mask covering her face to conceal her identity and to protect her from the Rona. Sharp green eyes.
Rona doesn't exist in my universe.
Okay, fine. Sharp green eyes, focused, determined, full body shot.
I'm glad we suddenly put on the cinematographer hat because I just had to see that body.
Emmy wearing her hero outfit, ready to embrace her new life, walks down the city street. Interior, Serenity Valley.
Emmy's a slut.
Yeah, hero.
This is her superhero outfit.
Okay.
I'm going somewhere with this, but she's gonna.
Hold on.
She has
I just want to pause. We'll come back. I'm going to stick a pen right here. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Interior Serenity Valley Cathedral, sanctuary, day, quiet, liturgical music plays over the sound system. An old lady sits by herself praying. Sister Joanne, 60s, arranges prayer books on the pews. Emmy enters, takes a seat near the back. Sister Joanne notices, continues arranging the prayer books in the direction towards Emmy. Emmy sits alone, quiet. As Sister Joanne hears Emmy, she takes a seat in the pew in front of her.
Mulby, why don't you do Sister Joanne?
Yes.
Where? Asking for forgiveness.
Yep,
Oh,
fine.
my bad. You look troubled, my child. What's the
I
matter?
messed up, and I don't know what to do about it.
Asking for forgiveness is always good place
There
to
is
start.
no forgiveness for me.
Sister Joanne smiles, looking towards the crucifix hanging in the front of the cathedral.
There is no sin that cannot be forgiven.
Have you checked the Bible? Because I'm pretty sure there is.
It's Emmy's stomach growls.
Well, how about we take that hunger of yours and we talk later?
Why are you
Come
talking
in.
like a Skinamax movie? All right, fine. There's so many Skinamax setups in this movie. Okay.
Isn't that how Red speaks in like Us and stuff? That horror movie. Interior Serenity Valley Cathedral kitchen. Emmy chows down on bologna and a bologna and cheese sandwich. Sister Jerome takes some leftover chicken noodle soup from the microwave, places it down next to her.
The bowl's gonna be hot.
Girl.
Emmy dabs her sandwich in the soup, continuing to eat. Sister Joanne sits across the table.
When was the last time you ate, child?
Emmy shakes her head, mumbles some words through a full mouth. Knock, knock. Sister Joanne exits the kitchen. We can see her walk down the hall and open the door. Emmy continues eating.
Good afternoon, officer.
Emmy freezes. Doorway. The officer shows Sister Joanne's Emmy's mugshot.
Larry, why don't you do the officer?
Ah, sure. Good afternoon, ma'am. We're out canvassing the neighborhood for this woman. Have you seen her?
No, I cannot say that I
She's a
have.
person of interest in 2 homicides. If you see her, please call 911 immediately.
Jesus said I will not snitch.
No
I
snitching.
will do that.
I don't know about you, but at this particular Catholic cathedral, we don't talk to fucking pigs. Sister Joanne said forcefully.
You may keep that.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
The officer. Oh.
Go ahead, Larry.
Oh,
He had one
okay.
line. There was
Yeah,
one
I
line.
know. He gave her the photo. All right.
Yeah.
So, okay. I feel like so we're getting to know Sister Joanne, right? And what do we know about her? Apparently, she will shield a wanted felon with the most meager of excuses, which might seem perhaps uncharacteristic, except we just met her. So that's all we know about her is she's a nun who apparently doesn't need too much persuasion to go, oh, a police manhunt for homicide? You don't need to talk to her. Bye-bye. I mean, okay, that's an interesting quirk to give a nun that we just met. I can't say it's wrong because we just met her, but that tonally is a little weird. I'm just gonna say, as an audience, all right. So your writing's getting better. I guess let's go ahead and go through the formal positives and then construct. So your writing's getting better. We got. Certainly, I have great interest in how you're doing the woman possessed scene because I'm also writing the woman possessed scene. Cool. I like. I think I'm a little partial to mine, but I wrote it, so I'm allowed to be. It's always cool to see somebody else.
My intention, I'm doing something different with my possessing than you are, so
Fair enough.
it's fine. It's not even going to look or be the same. So,
all right, positives. Simply Moon, what do you got?
I have my sorry, I'm not feeling real well today. But yeah.
What did you like about what we just read?
I can't really say, as I've been trying to work on some school stuff while I'm doing the end of the year term.
All right, I understand how it is. Okay, Larry.
I may actually have to leave in just a little bit.
All right, fair. Well, thanks for stopping in, and hopefully we'll give you something you can use.
I'll probably watch the rest of the stream tomorrow.
All right, cool. All right,
but thank you.
All right, Larry, go ahead.
You mentioned his writing getting better. Yeah, the banter was definitely a lot better. That was pretty fun, and that's the atmosphere you want to go for. So
yes, that is exactly what. It was a little hard getting here, but this is kind of more of what this story is going to be.
Yeah, so that's a good direction. That's fun. That's entertaining. It's really tongue in cheek. Yeah, I don't really have anything bad to say about that. So. That's all I got. Who's next?
Moby, what do you think? Well, the positive to me, I like the fact that you're you're displaying more characters, and then you're giving them different jobs and different situations, like different perspectives. You get, especially what you got, the coroner, you got the examiner, then you have the police. You're keeping it. It's like they're in a. You're having that the world's more alive. It's not just we're following this one character, and unless she's in the scene, you don't see nothing else. The only negative I'll say is that, to me, with the demon aspect, you spend too much time where the demon's talking to her and it's too calm. You don't have enough situations where, maybe because of her father, it would make sense where the demon's accusing her, you didn't care, where you had sequences where she's breaking down, she's crying, or, she's falling on her knees. We need more situations where her emotion, like she's got to be broken as a character right now. Father's dead. She's been on the run 24/7. The thing is, you have her too calm, like she's been doing this or she's used to it. It has to be, she's a fractured character. She's in a lot of pain, crying. Maybe you can even mention that her tears are messing up if she has some mascara on. It just has to look like
she doesn't have any makeup on. She was a drugged out zombie in a mental hospital, and Lolita rescued her and took her to that.
All right. Well, to me, you just need her to look more vulnerable, man. It's that level of escalation. She might have been upset with her father, like episode 1, but we didn't. She still lived in a nice home. She was brought up, in a nice location. So, to me, it's that she's too used. If the person watching or reading is just that she's too calm in these scenarios. Even the conversation, you want her tearing up, broken down, where the demon's the lead. The demon's the one that's confident and in control, while the Emmy character's that sad, broken person that we're supposed to feel bad for.
Okay.
All right.
And William. Did you ready to do William?
Yeah, no, that's my turn. So, yeah, I like I like kind of the like I said, the symbiotic aspect between her and the demonic character and stuff, and this demon's possessing her and stuff. So, it's kind of interesting to see how that will have effect on like her personality and stuff, because that's kind of normally how you do in those films where you have someone living inside your head, and you have those comical effects where you're kind of arguing with someone that other people can't see or hear.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Constructive. Tonally, I mean, I'm not exactly compelled. The power of the story does not compel me. Look, I'm reminded of that X-Files episode. I'm sure you know which one I'm talking about.
I didn't honestly. I never watched the X-Files.
Well, then you should go watch one, because it was pretty good. Hold on. In fact, I'm going to Google this, and all you have to do is go hate him, wouldn't want to date him. Google will auto-complete that for you and tell you that is from an X-Files episode, which I believe is called Hate Him, Wouldn't Want to Date Him. Yeah, that is Wouldn't Want to Date Him, Season 3, Episode 13. So that was the name of that episode. And it's two, high school lady besties who have supernatural powers and, use teen drama or, kill the other characters in their teen drama.
That was actually a pretty fun episode.
It was a pretty fun episode, yes. And and that's where if you come down with a certain tone, this could. But as it is, like, all right, watch that episode and get back to me. I like the tone they use there. So I want to see more hate me, hate him, wouldn't want to date him. I want to see that in the script. There we go. Because it needs to be played up for kind of a little bit more comedy, I think. Because because as it is, like it's like The Exorcist, the Valley Girl years, and it's just kind of weird.
Well, Emmy doesn't have supernatural powers unless she's being possessed, and even then, she doesn't really have powers.
But she is still very much the compatriot of Lolita, right?
Yeah, what's her?
Yeah.
So, is her superhero name Demonatrix?
No, that was just a title that I came up with when I was writing it. There really isn't a superhero title.
Oh,
That's
what's
a
her?
good
What's her
name.
super? So you don't have a superhero name for her?
No, she just goes by Emmy.
Oh, okay. Because
And here's the thing: is that Emmy and Lolita do not seem to have much conflict, right? I mean, what do they fundamentally disagree about? They may argue, and we saw the characters arguing, but we didn't see the characters in conflict because fundamentally they kind of agree. Emmy's like, "Hey, Lolita, you're a demon, and I summoned you, and you killed my dad, and that wasn't okay because I didn't say you could do that, but still, thanks. This is cool and stuff. Maybe she doesn't seem particularly upset that she's possessed by Lolita. She just seems mildly inconvenienced and kind of annoyed. Annoyance was the overwhelming emotion I got from her.
I would suggest like watching because there's like a pretty good deal of like a anime out there that handles the whole internal parasite demonic possession or whatever and they do it really well, showing like the dualistic natures between the two personalities that are kind of clashing with each other in one body. So I kind of highly recommend you watch those shows and stuff to give you some idea of potentially how to like write these characters.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of yeah. That's one of my thoughts was like the Odd Couple. It was kind of like that kind of an idea. I had a few different different influences when I was developing this idea.
Did you notice this is another story where the female main character has got like man issues and stuff? So, I've noticed a little pattern.
Man, wait, what?
Oh, like she summoned a demon to she wanted her dad gone, and the demon got rid of her father.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like in your last script for the zombie apocalypse film. What's her name? Yeah, it's like they all have like I don't know, we could call father figure issues or authority.
Yeah, and John just writes multiple stories where women seek supernatural remedies to exterminate the connection to the most significant man in their life. That's all.
I see.
There you go. All right.
I'm working out some issues.
Yeah, that sounds good. Well, thanks for tuning in, everyone. There's a link for White Lily issue 5, which apparently nobody gives a shit about. No, I'm sorry, the trade paperback. So go and buy the whiskey paint cover of Princess versus Zombies. That's available. It's sexy. It's copyright infringement. You're gonna love it. And that's available right over there on Kickstarter. Because heaven knows you don't really want anything original.
Wait, you're endorsing copyright infringement?
I'm not endorsing it. I'm profiting directly from it.
IP.
That sounds like an endorsement.
Intellectual.
Okay. Then yes, I absolutely am endorsing IP infringement.
Intellectual property is the status means of controlling people.
Yeah, you can't let them control you like that, man. You can't let them.
I learned that from ANCAPs.
There you go. You can't let them control you like that. Come on. Snow White belongs to everybody. It just belongs to just a little more equal. That's all.
Yeah.
Actually, isn't Snow White Hans Christian Andersen?
No, that's Babes in Toyland.
No, it's Grimm.
Snow-
Grimm.
Grimm, yeah. Grimm's.
Yeah.
Snow White is public
It is,
domain,
yeah.
right?
Could be.
I mean, look,
The original story,
yes, the
Disney
original
written by
story.
the Grimm brothers.
The picture I showed you, which is obviously the Disney princess,
Yeah.
with an axe. That is what we call fan art. And
But if
fan
you-
art,
Fan art.
and fan art is everywhere. And fan art is
Mm.
how about that? So anyway,
Rare.
go buy some off of Kickstarter so I can make money.
About to remix it. Poor White gets pumped by the 70s.
Oh.
So yeah, we got that going on. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Next week should be interesting, and at some point, I might eventually share some of my legal writing because I'm so proud that my motion for summary judgment got granted. Like, I felt so good. Ooh. Yeah,
Depressing, man.
You're talking about.
About to wear, we got
You're
wear the
talking
shirt on
about-
the stream, man.
You're talking about you're talking about your divorce or something like that.
Yes, I'm talking about my divorce or something like that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Put the shirt on, Will.
So yeah, and next week I'll have a cool link for the Hunting Alice thing. Everybody can go and support that new project that's going to be coming out, and it's going to be great. And I encourage everyone to go and patronize that one because I can tell you a lot of time has gone in careful consideration into crafting those characters in that setting. So
Should be interesting.
All right.
could be interesting. Anyway. All right. This has been Press and Pull, the Pocket Jacks Comics. Thank you very much for your time, everyone. Take care.
Good night.
Good night.
Peace.